No, I was going to ask if you do the cap rate again, because I have a calculator. I've never used it before, and I was pulling up and I was trying to keep up with you. And one reason is I really want to practice because I'm actually going looking for storage this week because I'm
Okay.
moving.
Okay, good. So like the question on the cap rate calculators, you have these 4 inputs. So just make sure, yeah, expenses are, you're not going to get the expenses when you're driving for storage. The purchase price, you're not going to get most likely, right? But you can also derive the purchase price by just looking at the facility, honestly, counting all the doors and trying to figure out if it's 10 by 10s or 20 by 10s. Like that facility, look, you can look at it and be like, okay, are those 10 by 10s or 20 by 10s? How many doors are there, essentially? And most likely you're going to be at like, a 10 by 10, let's say, it's like you can just average it out at $55 or $60 a month or something like that. So by counting the doors and just looking, you could really come up with a number that could be a purchase price if that thing was 100% full. You look at that, you can go through and just drive the facility, right? And you could just be like, okay, there's 100 doors here. Now, if it's 100 doors and I look up my competition and I see my competition's charging $50 a month on a website, then I know that I could be charging, 100 for 100 doors, $50 a month, right? So that's, that's like 5,000. What is that? That's 5,000. That's $50,000 a year. I'm sorry, $5,000 a month, essentially is what that is, right?
Okay.
So you would just kind of calculate it out that way, and then you would just multiply that out by 12. Right? So you say like, okay, he's making $5,000 a month, or he could most likely be $5,000 a month times 12 is $60,000. Okay. So you could really, honestly, just by looking at it, ballpark what the income is. You can ballpark it really, when you start really looking at your facilities. Don't just drive by, take a picture of the sign and keep going, but like drive around, look at the facility, count the doors, look at the sizes of the units and really try to say like, okay, this thing looks like it has 50 units and they look like they're 10 by 10s. So they're mostly 10 by 10. So if it's 50 units at 10 by 10, that's X amount, that's 5,000 square feet. And then also you can look at like in the competition's charging $50 a month. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I just want to know how to use my calculator though, because
and the calculator now, you just need the cap rate. You need some sort of cap rate calculator app.
No, I have it. It's pulled up now. I'm just trying to plug it in with you.
And so now now you just put in like, you can just run numbers on the one that I just went over with 620,000 is the purchase price. The income was $80,000. The vacancy was 25%. Right, and the operating expenses were 24,000. So that shows that it's at $620,000, I'm buying at almost a 6 cap, right? It's a 5.8% cap rate. All right, so and now in the area, when you're in a tertiary market, you want higher cap rates, right, than 6 cap. A 6 cap should be in the primary market, right? A 6 cap should be in a primary market. But if you're buying in a tertiary market, your cap rate should be at 8%, or I'm sorry, not 8 plus 9% higher, or even higher. Right, I want the highest cap rate possible. I want like 20 to 30% cap rates, right? So my question is, can I increase the value to 20%, 10, 20, 30% cap rates? Okay, that's the question. And my risk level is I'm okay with buying at really low cap rates, just as long as I know I can get double-digit plus cap rates. Whereas like if you're in a primary market and you buy at a 4 cap, you're only going to get that to a 6 cap. If you buy in a secondary market and you buy at a 7 to 8 cap, you're not going to be able to raise that very high. right? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you can double and triple the values of those properties.